All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your Money in the Bank review for July 1st, 2023. Very shocking ending to the main event yesterday, with not only with the Usos winning, but Roman taking the pinfall. I agree with the decision with the Usos winning, but I disagree with Roman getting taking the pinfall because he didn't lose the fucking titles and he got pinned. So it takes the luster away from Roman losing when he eventually loses the titles. Because now whoever the next guy, whoever beats him, it's gonna be like the full effect. He'll get like a Cody Rhodes or whoever beats him. The pop's gonna be insane, but like the because he's already been pinned, so it takes like the aura away from Roman, like the mystique, because he's already been pinned, some shit like that. But still, good main event. A lot of the matches didn't really stand out, like match wise. Like not like clear there wasn't like a clear cut favorite to be match of the night, but because of the story, I guess I got to give it to the Bloodline guys and everybody involved. So that was the best match just based off story. Worst match was probably the women's tag title match. That shit I thought was just fucking garbage. And then score out of 10, I'd probably give it about 7 out of 10 because let's just go over it each match. We had men's Money in the Bank ladder match. That was okay. I thought the wrong guy won. I thought LA Knight was gonna win. He was fucking over like crazy. And then you had second match tag title. Shayna Baszler fucking turned on Ronda Rousey. That was a shock. Didn't see that coming. Third match was Gunther and Riddle. That match ended up being disappointing. That was like they just mostly did like chops and kicks and shit. And Gunther usually puts on good matches, but this was just fucking lackluster. Nothing really to brag about in this match. And you had about that. Oh, Cody versus Dom. This match was okay. I thought Brock Lesnar was gonna show up, but didn't end up showing up at the end. Or I thought Brock was gonna cost Cody Rhodes a match, but he never showed up. John Cena came back. This was out of the blue. Nobody saw this coming. And then fucking Grayson Waller, I can't stand Grayson Waller. He came back, or he just showed up to confront Cena or whatever. He wants to bring the WrestleMania to London or whatever. This is pretty much because AEW is bringing. They're going to London for the Wembley Stadium and for the All In show. That's pretty much what it is. Vince McMahon with his ego and shit. Wins a bank ladder match. So it was an okay match. I like the finish for it. Io Sky, she handcuffed Bailey and Becky Lynch like to in between the ladder and shit. So that was smart on her part to do that. And Seth Rollins, Finn Balor. This wasn't really nothing either. It was just that Damian Priest came out to tease the that he was cashing in Money in the Bank or whatever. So yeah, so it looks like there's some dissension between the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest. So we'll see what happens there. But it looks like Damian Priest is going to split away from the Judgment Day and go on his own. And we'll see who he cashes in on. A lot of options for him. And then the main event, fucking great storytelling. And yeah, the ending was shocking and fucking Roman got pinned. He hasn't got pinned in 3 years, 3.5 years. The last fucking guy to pin him was fucking Baron Corbin. That dude's irrelevant, man. He fucking got he's so irrelevant he got demoted to NXT, man. Fuck. He's getting his ass whooped there. All right. Let's go back to the first match. Start this review. There we go. Fuck. Bad. There we go. All right, so first match we got the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Oh yeah, I forgot. Drew McIntyre came back. Looks like he's gonna face Gunther. Drew came back. Roman got pinned. Shayna turned on Ronda and Cena. So those like the four main surprises. A lot of surprises from the show yesterday. So yeah. All right. Let's get to the first match. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Butch versus Santos Escobar versus Nakamura versus Ricochet versus Logan Paul, LA Knight, and Damian Priest. Beginning of the match, everyone gangs up on Logan and attacks him. We got Nakamura. He uh he pinned Damian Priest in the corner with a ladder right here, and then he kneed him to the head, back of the head. Next up, Butch hit. I forgot who he hit. He pulled out a cricket bat. He hit somebody with a cricket bat, and then Damian Priest and Logan Paul. Logan Paul's like, "Oh, let's me and you team up, and then we'll fight each other at the end." So they set up two tables outside the ring. There was a ladder set up inside the ring. Ricochet did a fucking suicide dive through the ladder. That shit was insane. And then Damian Priest was like on a bridge on a ladder right here, and Logan Paul did a frog splash. I think the ladder was supposed to break, but it never broke. So Logan Paul just ended up falling to the ground or whatever. A cool move. And then Nakamura hit Ricochet with a slingshot German off the ladder that was bridged in the ring. And then okay, so Butch had Santos Escobar in a sleeper hold on the bridge ladder there. And then Ricochet did a fucking 450 splash from the apron. That shit looked insane. And then LA Knight did a back suplex to Damian Priest off of the ladder. And then next up, Butch hit a fucking moonsault off of the ladder onto everybody. Spots were just insane in this match. And then we had Santos hitting a Hurricane Rana on LA Knight off the ladder. And then LA Knight, what was it? Logan Paul and Ricochet were on the ladder, and LA Knight pushed them off of the ladder. And then Ricochet and Logan Paul, they landed on the top rope there. And then Ricochet did a fucking Spanish fly onto the two tables. Logan Paul didn't get the full rotation or whatever, so this could have ended up bad. He could have a broken neck or something. They landed. Good thing that didn't happen. Otherwise, this guy would have been injured. He would have been out for a while. And then Damian Priest, he pushed Butch off the ladder here, and then he climbed to the top. And so your Money in the Bank winner for the men's side is Damian Priest. He was a third odds-on favorite to win. I thought LA Knight was going to win. A lot of people thought LA Knight was going to win. A lot of people thought Logan Paul was going to win. There was maybe a few people that thought Damian Priest was going to win, but he ends up taking home the Money in the Bank briefcase. So now the question is, who's he going to cash in on? He's not going to cash in on Roman, because Roman's not going to get cashed in on. Maybe he goes after Seth Rollins, I'm thinking, but I don't think so. Austin Theory, I don't see it, even though Austin Theory hasn't done shit since he beat John Cena at WrestleMania. He's just been having random matches with like no storyline. So I don't think he goes after that. My thinking is he's gonna go after Gunther and cash in on Gunther after he breaks the longest title reign, the Honky Tonk Man's IC title reign for the longest run. That'll be in September because it was on Raw a few weeks ago. Gunther Damian Priest beat Matt Riddle in a match or whatever, and then Damian Priest was leaving, Gunther and Luke Kaiser came out, and then Damian Priest and Gunther had like a little stare down, and then Damian Priest told Gunther and Luke Kaiser go pick the bones, and then because Matt Riddle was still lying down in the ring or whatever, and they beat the shit out of him. So I think Damian Priest is gonna cash in on Gunther, and win the IC title. So that's what I see happening with Damian Priest. LA Knight, I think he should feud with Logan Paul. That could be a good feud. I like the interaction they had on SmackDown a couple days ago. Or I think LA Knight, he can go after Austin Theory for the U.S. title, and then he can fucking beat him for the title, or you get a mid card title or whatever. The only thing I'm worried about is if Vince McMahon fucking uh, forgets about LA Knight and he just starts losing a bunch of matches, and then that's it. He's fucking done. That'd be stupid. Look how fucking over he is with the crowd, man. So yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen with LA Knight. All right, next up we had okay, so Ronda and Shayna versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Let's go to that picture. All right, so this wasn't much of a match. It was all about the angle at the end. So Ronda and Shayna pretty much worked on Liv's shoulder, and then Raquel tags in. She cleans house, and then Raquel power bombed Ronda off the top rope, and then Shayna. So here's the angle. Shayna Baszler attacked Ronda, and then she leaves. So it's pretty much a handicap match, and then Liv Morgan hit the Oblivion for the win. So they retain. I mean, retain. They become the new women's tag team champions. They get the belts back that they didn't lose. They only had to drop it or lose the titles because of Liv Morgan's injury. So Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. There's been reports that Ronda might take some time off. I'm thinking the Shayna could do like the jealous thing. Like Ronda's always in the spotlight, even though both of them did MMA. She was more successful than me and shit like that. So they could do that type of story. Could be the reason why she attacked Ronda. And she could be like, oh, she's always in the spotlight. Even though they both went to MMA, she was more. People view Ronda as more of a badass and shit because she was more successful in UFC or whatever. And then yeah, so they could do that, I guess, for the story they want to tell for that. Yeah. And then that was pretty much it for that. All right. Next up, we got Gunther versus Matt Riddle for the IC title. Pretty much chops and kicks in this match. Nothing really to brag about. Just a basic. This match could have been on Raw, really, if they did this type of match. Gunther hit Riddle with a German suplex, and then Riddle hit a exploder suplex on Gunther. Gunther hit Riddle with a clothesline for a 2 count, and then Riddle hit the floating bro for a near fall. Riddle he applied a triangle choke. Gunther got out of it, and then he applied a leg submission. He was working on his on his ankle and his leg or whatever, one of his legs, and then Riddle tapped out. At one point in the match, Gunther like started ripping the tape off of Riddle's leg or whatever, one of his legs or ankle. So yeah, Gunther retains, and then after the match, Drew McIntyre comes out and he fucking claymores the shit out of Gunther. So it's gonna be Drew McIntyre versus Gunther at fucking SummerSlam. That should be a hell of a match. Hopefully the build up is good for that match. Because Gunther's just been fucking just running through everybody that he's facing right now. That would be hilarious. He's like pretty much 2 months away from breaking the record for the longest IC title reign. And for Drew to stop him or whatever, that'd be fucking hilarious. But I don't see. I think Gunther will beat Drew McIntyre. All right. Next up, we got Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio. He's accompanied the ring by Rhea Ripley. So Dom he slaps Cody again, and he runs away to the fucking. He's leaving through like the entranceway. Cody brings him back, and then Dom goes through the crowd. So he runs away again, and fucking Cody Rhodes he gets him again. Okay, so Dom he slapped him this match right when it started. He slapped him on Raw, was it the first time they met? And then he pushed him in the back 2 weeks in a row after that. Dude, Dom, you keep running away. You grab your fucking balls, and fucking fight this guy, man. You've been bitching out, whatever, running away and shit every time you fucking slap him or put any type of contact. It's fucking runs, man. Grow some nuts, dog. Gotta fight this guy. All right. Anyways, Dom hit a suicide dive on Cody Rhodes, and then he hit a spinning elbow. And then Dominic hit two amigos. He was going for three. Cody countered the third one, and then microphone commentary. He says it's not respect that he's doing the three Migos. It's disrespect. Like a cold dude. This is Eddie's son, man. It's always respect, man. He's a guerrero. That was hilarious by Michael Cole. And then Cody hit a disaster kick for a 2 count. And Cody did the Alabama Slam, and then he did the RKO, and then he hit the Crossroads for the 3 count. So Cody Rhodes beats Dominic Mysterio, or Dominic Guerrero, I'm calling him, for the 3 count. And then he was celebrating for a while. This is the point where I thought Brock Lesnar was going to show up, but he never did. So maybe they'll save it for Raw tomorrow or another Raw. So yeah, so it's going to be Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. This should be a good match. Still no reason why they're feuding, but whatever. Pretty much most of WWE's feuds anyways nowadays. All right. John Cena, he returns. This fucking thing was random too. He came out of nowhere. Gets to the ring. He says to the London crowd, "You're the voice, you're the show, you're the heartbeat." He wants to bring Mania to London and shit. And it's typical John Cena stuff or whatever. Pandering to the crowd. He pretty much did that his whole career and shit. Grayson Waller of all people, he comes out. Like, "You're lying to the people. Are you kidding me, John?" And then he wants to bring it to, oh, what did he say? Yeah, he said he wants to bring WrestleMania to Australia or whatever to save his career or some shit. And then he wants oh yeah, so to save his career, he wants John Cena on the Grayson Waller effect and shit. John says no, and then Grayson Waller says no one says no to Grayson Waller. And then Grayson Waller attacks Cena, and then Cena did the AA. So it looks like we might be getting WrestleMania in London, probably in 2 or 3 years. So we'll see what happens with that. So that's all John Cena did, pretty much. All right, next up we got the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Um, so we got Trish Stratus, Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Bayley, Io Sky, and Zelina Vega. Bayley hit Becky Lynch with an elbow off of the ladder. And then Io Sky did a moonsault onto everybody inside the ring. So I guess they did, yeah, and Butch did a moonsault in the men's match. So two moonsault spots, high spots from the ladder in both matches. And Becky knocked Trish off the ladder. And then Zelina Vega hit Trish and Becky with a cross body. And then Trish and Becky did a double power bomb on somebody. I forgot who it was. Trish and did a she did the Stratisfaction on the ladder on the Bayley, and then Trish and Zoe they tried to Trish and Zoe tried to handcuff Becky Lynch to the bottom rope, but she fought out of it. And then Becky Lynch hit Trish with the rock bottom on the ladder here in the picture, and then back in the ring, Zelina Vega, the ladder was bridged right here with the ladder in the ring, and she hit a code red power bomb onto the ladder on Zoe Stark. And then the crowd really popped for that. And then Bayley was it? She pushed Bayley pushed Io Sky off of the ladder, and then Bayley. Oh no, and then Becky used one of the handcuffs. It was open or whatever. She just like put it in Bayley's mouth, and she's like ripping his shit. And she's like nasty or whatever. And to get her down off the ladder, and then right here at the end of the match, Io Sky handcuffed Becky Lynch and Bayley in between the ladder. And then she climbed over, yeah, right here. She climbed over Becky's or Bayley's back, and then she climbed up to the top to grab the Money in the Bank briefcase. So your Money in the Bank winner for the women's side is Io Sky. She's probably gonna, I think she'll probably cash in on Asuka, and then that's how that feud's gonna start. So Yeah, that's I think she'll do that. So Io Sky and Damian Priest are your Money in the Bank winners this year. All right, so two. All right, next up we got Seth Rollins and Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight title. Seth Rollins' ribs were taped up and shit. They had apparently Finn Balor. Michael Cole was saying Finn Balor attacked Seth Rollins at the what was it, a house show from the night before on Friday or whatever. And then yeah, so Finn Balor's been attacking this guy pretty much everywhere Seth Rollins shows up. And then the match starts. Seth Rollins hit a clothesline on Balor. Then he hit a buckle bomb on Balor. Michael Cole brought up that this is how Seth Rollins injured Finn Balor in their match 7 years ago when Balor won the Universal title. Balor got the knees up when Rollins went for a splash off the top rope. Uh, Rollins hit the pedigree for a 2 count, and then Damian Priest comes out. This was interesting. Damian Priest came out with the Money in the Bank briefcase. He was teasing cashing it in. Rollins got in his face a little bit, and then Balor hit Seth Rollins with coup de grace. I think it was on the outside. Can't remember. And then Balor went for. Oh yeah, so that was outside the ring, and then back in the ring, Balor he went for the coup de grace again. Damian Priest got up, and then Finn Balor looked at him. He got distracted by this, and they stared at each other for a few seconds. And then Balor went for the coup de grace. He missed it, and then Seth Rollins hit the curb stomp on the Finn Balor for the win. So Seth Rollins retains his World Heavyweight title. And yeah, so this is going to start. Now it's pretty obvious. They've been teasing Damian Priest leaving the Judgment Day. And now it's going to get even worse. They're going to split away Damian Priest from the Judgment Day. So it's going to be interesting to see if Damian's going to, if Judgment Day is going to attack Damian when they kick him out, or is Damian Priest going to just beat the shit out of Finn Balor and then say he's leaving the Judgment Day or whatever. It'll be interesting to see that. Oh yeah, yeah, but I got Damian. I think Damian Priest is going to cash in on Gunther for the IC title. And then we'll see Seth Rollins. Who could he feud with, or who's he gonna have a match with at the SummerSlam? 'Cause most of the matches are look like it's gonna be pretty much locked up. 'Cause you got Gunther is gonna face Drew, Cody's gonna face Brock, and then Roman's gonna face Jey Uso, and then yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Seth Rollins maybe do a rematch with Finn Balor, and this time Finn Balor could be like, "Oh, no interference or whatever. No, everybody's barred from ringside and shit." Or something. So I guess maybe that's the only option. So a lot of guys are already have matches pretty much. All right, next up we got main event time. All right, yeah, this was a long show. All right, so this was before the match even started, you had fucking so the crowd started chanting "Fight Forever." You hear that in AEW? They're doing the "Fight Forever" that thing. So yeah, and they didn't even touch each other or whatever, and they still fucking and the crowd just losing their shit because storylines has been great for 3 years. So yeah, I thought that was interesting to see. Crowd going insane because the crowd is nuts all night though. All right, so for the first half of this match, it was very fucking slow, man. Very slow paced. Started to notice a pattern where Roman Reigns' matches. They start off slow and then they pick up towards the end. All right, so Solo or Jimmy and Solo start the match, and then Solo tags in Roman. Usos go for a super kick. And then Roman sees this, he pretty much heads out. He's like, fuck this. So he regroups with the wise man, Paul Heyman, and Solo on the outside. And then Paul Heyman tells Roman, do you want your sons to sit at his table? They pointed at, I don't know if it was Jay or Jimmy, one of them. And then they get their composure back, Roman and Solo. Roman hit a drive-by drop kick on Jimmy, and then Roman hit a clothesline on Jimmy Uso, and followed up with a Superman punch, or he went for the Superman punch. Jimmy ducks, and then Jimmy hit the clothesline on Roman, and they both go to the outside. They spill over the top rope. Jay and Solo tag in. Jay Uso hit a suicide dive on Roman and Solo on the outside. Jay went for a suicide dive. Roman did a Superman punch to Jey Uso to counter it, and then Roman went for the spears for a spear, and then Usos hit a double spear on Roman. That was kind of cool. Solo broke up the pin. Roman hit Jimmy with a Superman punch. He got a 2 count off of this, and he didn't get all of the Superman punch. I'd say he got about 50% of it, 40% of it. He didn't get all of it. And then Jimmy hit Roman with 2 super kicks. He went for the splash. Roman caught him in a guillotine. This is what happened, I think, in the Hell in a Cell match 3 years ago during the no crowd shows. Roman caught him in the guillotine and he like passed out or whatever. So for Roman to win that match. So it's kind of cool that they're doing like a callback to that. Michael Cole brought that up on commentary. And then Jimmy Uso, he he pushed Roman Reigns into the ref. And then the Usos hit the 1D, and the crowd did like they counted a 10, but it didn't fucking matter because the ref is out. And then Roman and Solo, they hit two double. I don't know if I can't remember if it was two double rock bottoms or two double Uranagis. And then Roman hit a spear, and Solo hit the Samoan spike. And he did the stacked. He stacked both of the Usos on top of each other. If you remember a couple of years ago when he beat Daniel Bryan and Edge, he did that to win. He stacked them up, smash them, stack them, and pin them. So he did this, and then the Usos kick out, and then the look on Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman's face, they look like they're fucking crying and shit. They were both sad and emotional and shit. That's probably turned into a meme by now, all over the internet and shit. Both of them were perfect, like in the same frame or whatever on camera. It was hilarious. Great reactions from those two, and then Solo hit Jimmy with a super kick. This was on the outside, and he super kicked Jimmy onto the announce table. And then Solo was getting all hyped up on the outside, and he was on top of the barricade. He went for the splash, and then Solo missed the splash. Jimmy moved out of the way, and then you could kind of see that Usos are about to wrap it up here. Jay hit a super kick on Roman in the inside of the ring. Roman hit a spear on Jey Uso, and then Jay hit another super kick, and then Roman hit the spear on Jey Uso, and then Roman went for the pin. He got a 2 count, and then Jay kicked out. And when he kicked out, he low blowed Roman right in the fucking nuts. This was another callback because in the early part of this title reign by Roman, he used to do this to his opponents. He would the opponent would get a 2 count and he would kick out with his arm and he would hit him in the nuts and shit. So another callback to the beginning of to pretty much the beginning of this bloodline story. So this is fucking great storytelling. And then I think it was Usos. They had super kick on. It was a double super kick, and then Jay went to the top rope and he hit a Uso splash or whatever, and then yeah. So he pins Roman Reigns. Jey Uso pinned Roman Reigns. This was shocking, surprising, man. Fuck. And now, so it looks like it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso for the undisputed title at SummerSlam. Should be great storytelling that they're going to do for a month. Roman probably is gonna, he's gonna lose his shit, man. He's going insane now. He took the pin. He hasn't pinned in 3 fucking years. Wonder if he's gonna cuss out with Solo or the Wise Man. Should be good on SmackDown next week. But yeah, so Jay's not gonna pin Roman Reigns again at SummerSlam. No, not a chance. Since they did this ending. So yeah, Roman should beat Jey Uso at uh at SummerSlam. This is the end of the match. And then yeah, so I thought this was a hell of a show. Money in the Bank. Best match was the main event right here, and then worst match, probably the women's tag title match. A lot of surprises tonight. Pretty good. Yeah, Drew coming back. No Brock Lesnar. Yeah, John Cena. Then you had this. I think this was the most shocking thing about of the whole thing. Roman getting pinned in 3 years. Well, yeah. Oh yeah, and during the match, the crowd had so many chants. It's so hard to keep track of all the chants. Well, during this match, they did like the new chant. They're like, "Stand up if you hate Roman. Stand up if you hate Roman." And then everybody in the building stood up, and then Roman sat down on the apron. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, it was a hell of a show for Money in the Bank. Probably the best, maybe tied for the best pay-per-view of the year with this and Backlash and WrestleMania. But yeah, they've been killing it for some of their pay-per-views WWE this year. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a good show, enjoyable show, start to end. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Money in the Bank. See ya.